Hey everyone, welcome back.
We're really glad you're here because today's episode is for the English learner who is tired of sounding basic, unsure, and all over the place.
Yeah, today we're talking about something powerful.
How to speak English like the 1% elite.
Now hold on, before anybody gets intimidated by that phrase.
Yeah, because 1% elite sounds a little dramatic.
It does. But in this episode, elite does not mean fake accent, fancy vocabulary, or sounding like a dictionary in a suit.
Exactly. Elite English is not about showing off. It's about sounding clear, calm, sharp, natural, confident, and worth listening to.
It's the kind of English that makes people trust you.
The kind that makes people lean in.
The kind that makes you sound like you know what you're talking about, even when you're using simple words.
And that right there is one of the biggest secrets.
Because the best speakers, they don't try to sound complicated.
They try to sound clean.
So in today's episode, we're giving you the real fluency secrets behind high-level English speaking.
We'll talk about voice, rhythm, thinking speed, simple vocabulary, strong phrases, confidence, storytelling, and the little habits that make somebody sound premium.
And don't worry, this is not going to be one of those episodes where we tell you to memorize 50 impossible words and be more advanced.
Nope, we're keeping it real.
So get comfortable, take a breath, and let's get into it.
Mary, let's start here. What does an elite English speaker actually sound like?
Great question. An elite English speaker usually sounds like three things at the same time.
Clear
Calm.
and intentional.
Notice what's missing from that list. Uses the hardest vocabulary in the room.
Yeah, nobody's winning conversations by saying $13 words every 5 seconds.
Exactly. Elite speakers don't waste energy trying to sound impressive. They focus on being easy to follow.
And that's huge for English learners.
Because a lot of learners think fluency means speed plus difficult words plus no mistakes.
No. Real fluency means you can express an idea smoothly, naturally, and with control.
That means you don't rush, you don't panic, you don't pile 10 ideas into one messy sentence, and you don't collapse the moment you forget one word.
That's the difference.
Listen to these two versions.
Actually, according to my perspective, I am exceptionally fatigued due to occupational pressure.
Okay, technically English.
I'm pretty tired. Work's been a lot lately.
That second one sounds more natural, more confident, and honestly, more powerful.
Because power in speech is often simplicity with control.
All right, fluency secret number 1.
Elite speakers master simple English.
Not childish English, not broken English, simple English.
Simple English means common words, strong verbs, natural phrases, and clean sentence structure.
I need a minute. That doesn't feel right. Let me think about that. Here's the main issue. To be honest, at the end of the day, that's a fair point.
Those are not fancy, but wow, are they useful.
And when you use useful language well, you sound intelligent.
Because clarity is intelligent.
So if you want to sound like the top 1%, stop chasing vocabulary just because it looks advanced on paper. Start mastering the phrases that appear in real conversations again and again.
Here's a good test. Can you speak for 1 full minute about your day using only easy words?
If not, that's where your training should begin.
Not in rare words, in active words.
This one is massive.
Yep, elite speakers do not build every sentence from zero.
They speak in ready-made chunks.
I'm not saying that. What I mean is, here's the thing. That depends on, from my experience,
If I'm being honest, I'd rather. It comes down to, these phrases save time. They reduce panic. They make your English sound smoother because your brain can grab the whole phrase instead of searching word by word.
and honestly, this is one of the biggest differences between learners who sound hesitant and learners who sound polished.
If you memorize 10 strong phrase starters and use them every day, Your English can change fast.
Not louder, not faster, better.
Here are 10 phrase starters worth stealing in the best way.
To be honest, the truth is, what matters most is, the main reason is, if you ask me, one thing I've noticed is, that being said, at the same time.
From what I've seen, it's not just about, it's about. That right there, that sounds elevated. Now let's talk about something people underestimate all the time. Pace.
If you rush, you sound nervous.
If you ramble, you sound unclear.
If you never pause, you sound like you don't trust your own words.
Elite speakers know how to slow down just enough.
And that doesn't mean speaking like a robot.
It means letting ideas breathe.
Try this. Instead of speaking like this,
Yeah, I think the main problem is people just don't practice natural speaking enough, and they want fast results. I think the main problem is that people don't practice natural speaking enough, and they want fast results.
Now that sounds controlled.
And control sounds elite.
So here's a rule for your next speaking practice. After every main idea, pause for one beat.
That tiny pause can make you sound smarter, calmer, and more trustworthy. Part 5. Secret number 4. They sound interested, not just correct. Oh, I love this one.
Same.
A lot of English learners are so focused on avoiding mistakes, they forget to sound alive.
And if your English is grammatically correct but emotionally flat, people feel that.
Elite speakers don't just say correct sentences, they communicate energy.
Instead of, that is good, they say, that's actually really good. Instead of, I am tired, they say, man, I'm exhausted. Instead of, I like it, they say, I'm really into it.
That doesn't mean being fake. It means using natural emotional color.
A little honestly, a little actually, a little pretty, a little kind of, a little seriously, that stuff makes your English feel lived in.
This is where tone matters, intonation matters, feeling matters.
People remember how you sounded, not just what grammar rule you followed. Part 6, secret number 5. They use stories, not speeches.
Okay, here's one of the fastest ways to sound high level in English.
Stop giving speeches, start telling mini stories.
Stories make you sound human. Stories make you sound organized. Stories give your English shape.
Beginning, problem, moment, result.
For example, instead of saying, I am trying to improve my English speaking skills, say, last year I realized I could understand English pretty well, but the moment I had to speak, my mind went blank. So I started recording myself for 5 minutes every night, and after a few months, I noticed I was answering faster and feeling less nervous.
That sounds real. That sounds memorable. That sounds strong.
Elite speakers know how to package an idea into a simple story.
So, practice these prompts. One time. I used to. What changed for me was.
I realized that since then, boom, now your English has structure.
Here's a truth a lot of people don't want to hear.
If your listening is weak, your speaking will feel weak too.
Because you can't naturally produce patterns you never deeply notice.
The best speakers pay attention to how native speakers pause, connect ideas, soften opinions, agree politely, disagree smartly, and react naturally.
So instead of only listening for vocabulary, start listening for these things. How do they begin answers? How do they buy time? How do they change topic? How do they sound respectful? How do they sound confident without sounding arrogant?
Things like, that's a good question. Honestly, I'd say,
It depends. I see what you mean, but that's fair. I'm not totally convinced. You know what? I changed my mind.
that is elite conversational material right there. And yes, you can absolutely learn it. This one might be the difference maker for somebody listening today.
If you want to sound elite, You have to practice out loud.
Not just silently.
Thinking in English helps, listening helps, reading helps, but your mouth needs reps too. That repetition theme shows up over and over in fluency advice because speaking is partly physical, not just mental.
Read aloud. Shadow short clips. Repeat strong phrases.
Yes, even if you feel weird.
Especially if you feel weird.
Because awkward practice is often what leads to confident speaking later.
Don't wait until you feel ready. Practice until you become ready.
All right, let's do a quick upgrade drill.
We're going to take average English and turn it into stronger English.
Basic, I think it is good. Better, honestly, I think it works really well.
Basic, I am busy. Better, I've got a lot on my plate right now.
I do not agree. I see your point, but I don't fully agree.
I am nervous. I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Now that last one, that's not just better English, that's better energy.
Exactly.
Take one of your common sentences today and upgrade it with a phrase starter, a calmer tone, and a little emotional honesty.
Part 10. The biggest mistakes that keep people sounding low level.
Let's call out the mistakes. Mistake number 1, trying to sound advanced instead of trying to sound clear.
Mistake number 2. Speaking too fast because you think fast equals fluent.
Mistake number 3, translating word for word in your head.
Mistake number 4. Speaking only in short, flat textbook sentences.
Mistake number 5, never listening deeply to real English.
Mistake number 6. Never recording yourself.
Mistake number 7, waiting for perfect grammar before speaking.
That last one hurts so many learners.
Yeah, because perfection is a moving target.
Progress is real. Perfection is imaginary. Part 11. The 1% Elite Daily Routine.
Okay, let's build a daily routine.
If I wanted someone to sound dramatically better in English over the next few months, I'd give them this.
5 minutes of listening, 5 minutes of repeating, 5 minutes of speaking out loud.
That's 25 minutes.
Not 2 hours, not some impossible plan, just consistent reps.
Here's how it could look. Listen to one short clip from a podcast, interview, or English lesson. Repeat 2 or 3 phrases until they feel natural. Answer one question out loud, like, what stressed me out today? Review 5 strong phrases. Record a 1-minute summary of your day.
That is such a solid routine.
And if you do that most days, you will not sound the same in 3 months.
Part 12. What elite speakers do when they don't know a word.
What do you do when you forget a word?
Weak speakers panic.
Strong speakers pivot.
If you forget blender, say the machine that mixes food. If you forget receipt, say the paper they give you after you pay. If you forget remote, say the thing for the TV.
That skill is gold.
Because it keeps your rhythm alive.
Elite speakers don't stop every time language gets uncomfortable. They keep moving.
And honestly, that calmness is part of what makes them sound advanced.
Can we get personal for a second?
Yeah,
A lot of learners don't have a speaking problem. They have a shame problem.
that's real.
They're ashamed of pauses, ashamed of accent, ashamed of simple words, ashamed of not sounding smart enough.
But elite communication is not built on shame,
It's built on presence.
on being here, on finishing the thought, on trusting simple language, on staying calm.
So if you're listening to this and thinking, my English is not there yet, okay, fine. That's honest.
But don't confuse not there yet with not capable.
Those are not the same thing.
Let's give them a challenge.
Absolutely.
For the next 7 days, do this.
Speak for 2 minutes a day on one topic. Use 3 phrase starters. Slow your pace. Tell one mini story. Record it.
And after you finish, ask yourself, did I sound clear? Did I sound calm? Did I use natural phrases? Did I rush? Did I sound alive?
That self-awareness alone will upgrade your English fast.
Not because you're becoming fake, because you're becoming intentional. So let's wrap this up.
Speaking English like the 1% elite is not about pretending to be someone else.
It's about becoming a stronger version of yourself in English.
Clearer, calmer, sharper, more natural, more expressive, more in control.
Use simple English well. Think in phrases. Control your pace. Practice out loud. Listen deeply. Tell stories. And stop waiting for perfect English before you start sounding powerful.
Because power doesn't come from perfection.
It comes from control.
It comes from clarity.
And it comes from practice.
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
And if this episode gave you that little push you needed, keep going. Don't lose the momentum.
Yeah, don't just nod like, wow, that was inspiring, and then do absolutely nothing.
Exactly. Go use it.
Speak today, even if it's messy, even if it's short.
Your English grows every time you use it with courage.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.